Hi, everyone, and welcome to this edition of Racing One-on-One. I'm Pete Pistone, and we're joined now by the driver of the FedEx Toyota in the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series. He's at Joe Gibbs Racing headquarters in North Carolina, Denny Hamlin. And Denny, appreciate the time. If you could, give me an assessment from your perspective right now of where you are 2 races into this year's chase for the NASCAR Sprint Cup.
After the first week, we were pretty excited, about our championship's hopes, and we still are. But Dover has just been a huge bump in the road for us for over the last few years, and even though our finish was a lot better than what our average is there, it still wasn't good by our standards. So we still got some work to do.
Denny, there was a lot of talk coming out of Dover about Jimmy Johnson, his dominant run there last Sunday to win that race, and the fact that he was involved in a Goodyear tire test at Dover a few weeks earlier. What do you think about drivers being in tire tests, and did Johnson have an advantage at Dover because he was in that session?
Yeah, I think that had a lot to do with it. Obviously, their track record there is really good anyway, but on top of that, when you change a tire that's that dramatically different than what we've raced there in the past, ultimately the guys with more track time are going to have a leg up on everyone. And we saw it with the 44. AJ Allmendinger finished very well. The 42 also finished very well, and those were also cars that were involved in the tire test. So, it was an advantage for sure. I just wish Goodyear would be a little bit more consistent in bringing back tires that we've raced there in the past.
Another big story out of Dover was the violent crash of your teammate, Joey Logano. Thankfully, Joey's all right. Was wondering your perspective of that accident, and did you have a chance to talk to Joey after that accident on Sunday?
No, I haven't talked to him or anything like that. But I did see it on replay, and it's just one of those situations where there was a lot of bad things happen at one time. When you have a car that kind of digs into the side of your car with the splitters that we have, it kind of goes underneath the sides of the car. It helps lift it up, and with the huge banking, of course, it's going to barrel roll a lot more than it would typically in the other racetrack. So I think it was just a lot of different things that played into that, but it just shows how much safety has been a main concern in NASCAR, and for him to walk away from a wreck like that fairly easy is a testament to all the safety devices that we do have.
Now, chase race number 3 is set this Sunday at Kansas Speedway. You guys have not been to Kansas this year, unlike some other tracks in the chase where you've already raced. Is that going to matter? Not having notes from Kansas earlier in this year, will that make a difference for you guys this Sunday?
It won't matter too much. We have a track similar to that we raced at, being Chicagoland. We raced really well at that track. We had a chance to win, and it's just got a little bit less banking than what Chicagoland does. But not having notes really doesn't matter too much this day and age. The team engineers and the crew chiefs can come up with a pretty good baseline right off the bat, and usually most of the time your car is the best right off the truck than it is if you work on it.
We expect some cool temperatures this weekend at Kansas. Does that racetrack change a lot with the conditions throughout the day, and will the cooler temperatures that you guys face make a difference?
Kansas doesn't seem to be as big of a temperature-sensitive racetrack as some racetracks like Lowe's Motor Speedway or Texas or somewhere like that, but it will be sensitive. You'll see speeds pick up probably in the half a second range, depending on whether it's hot or cool. So I think temperature won't play any range into how the races actually play out. You really won't see a big difference there.
Denny, our last question: 8 races left in the chase. Are there some tracks coming up that you're looking forward to going, and are there others that you look at and say, we need to step things up, and that's going to be a challenge for us?
Well, we need to run well at all of them from here on out, to be championship contenders. But everyone looks at Talladega as kind of a question mark and not knowing how you're going to finish there. But we somewhat maybe can pull one out there, a good finish there, to make up for the bad run that we had this past weekend. But there's really no track that looks like a big challenge for us. We knew Dover was going to be a big challenge for us, but it seems like in the years past we've really come on strong the latter half of the part of the chase, the last 5 races. So those are the races I'm looking forward to. Those tracks in particular we run really well at.
Denny, we appreciate the time. Good luck this weekend in Kansas, and good luck for the rest of the way in the chase.
All right, thank you.
That'll do it for this edition of Racing One on One. I'm Pete Pistone.